President Donald Trump recently made an awkward admission during an interview, and it has to do with woke.
Why do you want to be chairman of the Kennedy Center board?
Because I want to make sure it runs properly. We don't need woke at the Kennedy Center. We don't need, some of the shows were terrible. They're a disgrace that they were even put on. So I'll be there until such time as it gets to be running right.
Have you seen any shows there? How do you know they're terrible?
I didn't go. No, I got reports. It was so bad. I didn't want to go. There was nothing I wanted to see. Thank you very much, everybody.
The woke
mob.
What I love is finally a journalist is actually asking the poignant follow-up question. Obviously, why did you want to do this? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're terrible. It's a disgrace. Whatever nonsense he spews out of the hole underneath his nose. But then the appropriate follow-up, the natural follow-up that everybody is like, please ask it is, oh, but have you seen any of the shows? Have you ever been to the Kennedy Center? Nah, I just know they're terrible. Just through osmosis, I get it. It's what an embarrassment. One, for the American people. We need to stop electing stupid people to high office. But, I mean, Donald Trump, just cringe-worthy, every other word that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah, it's I love the admission of like, well, I didn't see it, but I heard from so many people about how terrible and how woke it is. It's the wokers.
What could be woke at the Kennedy Center? I mean, the last time I was at the Kennedy Center was late last year. I saw Norah Jones. Is Norah Jones in concert woke? We had tickets and then got COVID back in 2022 to Mark Maron at the Kennedy Center. I live in Washington, D.C., for those who are like, why is he talking about the Kennedy Center so much? But it's not some festival of woke. It's comedy shows. It's music concerts. It's not like symposiums on DEI, which would be fine if it was, but it's everything they don't like is woke. Everything they don't like is scary. Oh,
DEI.
It's weird and gross and stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, I think, I got to say that the main thing that really makes something woke is if it involves a black person.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So if anything at the Kennedy Center involves a black person, immediately it's woke. I got reports of how woke it was because there was a black person involved. It must be DEI. And so,
well, I don't know if you know, but there are too many black people in music. That's why we need to shut down the Kennedy Center. Too many black people on the Philadelphia Eagles. That's why he went for Kansas City. Thank God that went the way it did. Donald Trump, just an absolute curse of a human being. It is not even subtle racism.
Right.
The battle against DEI. I mean, they're now going after companies with not civil penalties, criminal penalties against companies who use DEI policies relative to their own private company hiring practices. They're right now canceling events at like prestigious black engineering gatherings to recruit people into the military because they're black. They're avoiding highly qualified people because they're black. So it's not about finding the most qualified and capable people. It's about not hiring black folks. It's plainly, flatly what it is. It's not hyperbole to say so.
Republican Party's racist.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know people get mad when you point out that a spade is a spade, but what else do you call it? They're not actually looking for the best people. No, in fact, the reason that they have, DEI hirings in a lot of places is so that you actually do pick a qualified candidate and not your, fail son brother that, happens to be white and can't really get a job anywhere else, doesn't really have the qualifications, but you want to pick him anyway because, God, you feel sad for the little guy. He's not going to amount to anything. You got to give him that job.
I have for a long time talked about the Republican Party labeling them the largest, most effective white supremacy organization on the planet. I stand by that. I don't think that there's any way to push back against the facts and the logic and the history of the Republican Party and what we've seen over the course of so many decades. And this is just another element of it.
Yeah. They'll
another audio little drop you need to get is Bobby Jindal from the former Louisiana governor, who said, we need to stop being the stupid party. That would be a good one for you, Jeff.
That is a good one. Unfortunately, they have fully embraced being the stupid party. I mean, like this is how we're running the government now. Like, I don't know. Some people told me that it was woke, and so I decided to go and take ownership. I'm making decisions based on what other people are saying that might be probably just random trolls on X/Twitter. Okay. Random racist trolls, by the way. And so, I might know.
I was going to say,
know what I'm talking about, but I'm still going to make decisions based on it.
It's not quite accurate to just call them trolls when it's straight up Nazified. I mean, I'm inactive on Twitter. My account is still there. I don't want somebody to steal my username and then start acting like they're me. But Twitter is it's an anti-woke nightmare. It is absolutely just Nazis run amok there. So
yeah, it is quite the cesspool. And what Elon Musk and Trump are doing are extending that cesspool into, this is how we're running our government. We're going to run our government just like I'm running X/Twitter. And so, including the Nazification. Okay, we're going to ramp that up. And also ramp up the disinformation, misinformation that comes from secondhand sources. I mean, he's posting all this Doge stuff, right, about supposed fraud that's in the government, and generally at least half the time, it's just like, oh, we're feeding kids. Oh, that's the corruption that we're finding. Corruption. The word corruption is just being like used as a way of saying this is something that I don't like, and that also correlates with how they use woke. Is, well, if it's something that I don't like, then it must be woke.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I didn't think of it that way, but that's brilliant because it's exactly what they've done with every single thing. Mm-hmm. It used to be like patriotism. If you do something I don't like, you're unpatriotic. You hate the country. And then it was politically correct was the thing. And then it was CRT, and then it was woke, and now it's corrupt. It's zero corruption. In fact, if you want to destabilize the world, USAID is a minuscule pittance of a budget to keep us out of future problems. They're looking at the right now. We don't want to spend money on that. If you can spend a few $100,000 on this thing now, it saves you in the long run of military invasions or terror attacks coming to the homeland, where you're going to end up spending billions, if not hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars, like what took place with our multiple Iraq wars.
Right. But, when it comes to saving money, there's a reason that Musk and Trump are not looking at one of the biggest wastes of money right now, and that would be military spending, the military industrial complex. Yeah. And so they're not looking at that. I mean, they failed seven straight audits, okay, where we don't know where the money's going. And they're just going to continue dumping more and more money into that military industrial complex for those, I guess, future wars that will probably end up being. I mean, Trump earlier today talked about how we're going to come in and we are going to take Gaza. We don't. No, that's no. We don't want to do that. Yeah. Why do you want to take Gaza? I thought you were supposed to be the anti-war president. But like everything, it just happens to be not true.
And it's not just take Gaza. I want to use accurate language when Donald Trump talks about it. He wants to own and develop. I mean, it really is a real estate deal in his mind.
Gaza
I don't know how he thinks he's going to own. America doesn't own the state of Oklahoma. It's not an ownership proposition here, but that's the way Donald Trump's mind works. That's the way all these billionaires' minds work. That's exactly how Elon Musk's mind works. So they're They're going to go with that particular framing of it.
And unfortunately, like I said, this is how the government is running under Trump and Musk.
Yeah,
It's a disaster,
to say the least.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.